The Book of Leviticus, Chapter 4, 1445 BC. Copyright, The Sunday School Bible, LLC, 2025. All rights reserved. Sinning through ignorance. The Lord said to Moses, "Speak to the children of Israel Jacob, saying, If a soul sins through ignorance against any of the commandments of the Lord, concerning these things which should not be done." Sin offering for the priest. The Lord continued speaking to Moses. If the priest who is anointed sins according to the sins of the people, then let the priest bring for his sin, which he has sinned, a young bull without blemish to the Lord for a sin offering. The priest will bring the bull to the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before the Lord. The priest will lay his hand on the bull's head and kill the bull before the Lord. The priest who is anointed will take the bull's blood, bring the blood to the tabernacle of the congregation, dip his finger in the blood, sprinkle the blood 7 times before the Lord and before the curtain of the sanctuary. The priest will put some of the blood on the horns of the altar of sweet incense before the Lord, which is in the tabernacle of the congregation. The priest will pour all the blood of the bull at the bottom of the altar of the burnt offering, which is at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. The priest will take off from the bull all the fat for the sin offering, the fat that covers the innards, all the fat that is on the innards, the 2 kidneys, the fat that is on the 2 kidneys, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver. The priest will burn the pieces on the altar of the burnt offering as they were taken off the bull for the peace offering sacrifice. The priest will carry outside the camp to a clean place the skin of the bull, all its flesh, its head, its legs, its innards, and its dung. The priest will carry the whole bull to a clean place outside the camp where the ashes are poured out. The priest will burn the bull on the wood with fire where the ashes are poured out. Sin offering for the congregation. The Lord continued speaking to Moses. If the whole congregation of Israel sins through ignorance, and the sin is hidden from the eyes of the assembly, and they have done something against any of the Lord's commandments concerning these things which should not be done, and are guilty, when the sin against which they have sinned is known, then the congregation will offer a young bull for the sin. The congregation will bring the bull before the tabernacle of the congregation. The elders of the congregation will lay their hands on the head of the bull before the Lord, and the bull will be killed before the Lord. The priest that is anointed will bring the bull's blood to the tabernacle of the congregation. The priest will dip his finger in some of the blood and sprinkle it 7 times before the Lord, even before the curtain. The priest will put some of the blood on the horns of the altar that is in the tabernacle of the congregation, which is before the Lord. The priest will pour out all the blood at the bottom of the altar of the burnt offering, which is at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. The priest will take all the fat from the bull and burn it on the altar. The priest will do with the bull as he did with the bull for the sin offering. The priest will make an atonement for them, and their sin will be forgiven. The priest will carry the bull outside the camp and burn it as he burned the first bull. It is a sin offering for the congregation. Sin offering for a ruler of the people. The Lord continued speaking to Moses. When a ruler has sinned and done something through ignorance against any of the commandments of the Lord his God concerning things which should not be done, and is guilty, or if his sin, wherein he has sinned, comes to his knowledge, he will bring his offering, a kid of the goats, a young goat, a male, without blemish. The ruler will lay his hand on the head of the goat and kill it in the place where they kill the burnt offering before the Lord. It is a sin offering. The priest will, with his finger, take the blood of the sin offering and put it on the horns of the altar of burnt offerings, and pour out its blood at the bottom of the altar of burnt offering. The priest will burn all its fat on the altar, the same as the fat of the sacrifice of peace offerings. The priest will make an atonement for the ruler concerning his sins, and the ruler's sins will be forgiven. Sin offering for the common people. The Lord continued speaking to Moses. If any one of the common people sin through ignorance, violating any of the commandments of the Lord concerning things which should not be done, and is guilty, or if the common person's sin, which they have sinned, comes to their knowledge, then the common person will bring their offering, a kid of the goats, a young goat, a female, without blemish, for their sin, which they have sinned. The common person who sinned will lay their hand on the head of the sin offering and kill the sin offering in the place of the burnt offering. The priest will, with his finger, take the blood of the goat and put the blood on the horns of the altar of burnt offerings, and pour out the blood at the bottom of the altar. The priest will take away all the fat thereof. In the same way the fat is taken away from off the sacrifice of the peace offerings. The priest will burn the fat on the altar for a sweet savor or aroma to the Lord, and will make an atonement for the person who sinned, and the sin will be forgiven. If the common person brings a lamb for a sin offering, the person will bring a female without blemish. The common person will lay their hand on the head of the sin offering and kill it for a sin offering in the place where they kill the burnt offering. The priest will, with his finger, take the blood of the sin offering, put it on the horns of the altar of burnt offerings, and pour out all the blood thereof at the bottom of the altar. The priest will take away all the fat thereof in the same way as the fat of the lamb is taken away from the sacrifice of the peace offerings. The priest will burn them on the altar according to the offerings made by fire to the Lord, make an atonement for the common person's sin that they have committed, and the common person's sin will be forgiven.